to me, this Bulls team is surprising me. I'm glad they're surprising me. And I think this is a team that I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Maybe push this into one thing that we're going to talk about. I think if we see the Cavs in the playoffs, we can beat them. 7-game series.
Ooh.
I think we can do it.
Look,
I think we can go 1-on-1, maybe beat them in 7.
I think we need to see a little bit more sample size of our games, but there is the chance, because this was a playoff game.
We
got
to strengthen that bench.
ESPN is infuriating. I know they're just there for like they're clickbait.
Are the Cavs on the decline?
Are they coasting? It's like the Cavs are coasting right now in their season because they lost 3 in a row. Look, LeBron James played 45 minutes. Kyrie was at like 40, 41.
No, it's
K-Love
like LeBron
right there.
said, the honeymoon's over.
That's not coasting. They went all out and we beat them best for best, and it was one of the best games of the NBA this year to watch. So I think we can absolutely compete with them. Both teams have the same problem, though. The Bulls have a little more luxury, but it's the bench. And look, LeBron James, K-Love, and Kyrie soak up so much of that salary that I understand they're not going to have the world's best bench. They have smaller contributors, though, like that Richard Jefferson, like Channing Frye. And they've got some young guys they can't trust yet, like Kay Felder. They need to see what they've got there, and they're going to lose some more games doing it, but they need to give them more time because they only went 8 deep against us. So this was like a playoff game. When you go 8 deep, that's a playoff game. Don't tell me any differently, Cleveland. So watching them play, watching us play, I think that we can definitely go deeper ourselves. We didn't see much time, McDermott was hurt, so he's been out with concussion for like 8 games. And Bobby Portis, we haven't really pulled the trigger on him this year. So honestly, I think we can go game for game with them. I think this could be our Eastern Conference Finals. I think this would make a phenomenal series, but both teams, the bench and the Bulls, we've got questions to answer.
We got to make a move on the bench
between
side.
Nico, Bobby, and
it's gonna be
and Denzel. One of them's got to step up.
Well, it's either one of them has to it's a hard situation for me because one of them has to step up. Or I feel like it's weird because
you gotta move him?
That's what I'm leaning towards. And to me, I feel like Nico'd be the odd man out because Portis is still young. I mean, Valentine's a rookie. I mean, the big one that I want to see more of because I liked when he was on the court is Felicio. And then you also have RJ Hunter, who they picked up maybe to add some shooting at the least.
RJ is not.
I'm not saying
anything.
right now.
No, I don't think he's ever going to be. I think he's a D-leaguer.
No shooting at all.
No.
That's all I'm saying is shooting. I'm not saying anything else.
Can't hit it.
Really?
Really?
You don't think he can hit any?
Why do you think we ended up with him?
I guess
because if he spends enough time in the D-League, maybe he can learn to shoot.
To me, it's going to be Morotic and Cannon are going to be your trade. Yeah, Nico. Whatever. Yeah, Morotic, Mirotic, whatever. I can't say his last name. Yep. It's going to be Nico and Cannon who are your trade targets. Because they're two guys where I don't think Bulls fans would be upset if you traded them and let them leave. Cannon's a veteran where it's like...
his 3-ball is exciting, but he hasn't been consistent with it this year. And Nico, we all want him to be the player he showed he could have been. Overseas, he was fantastic. We were like, hey,
supposed to be the new age Dirk.
Well, not new age, but I would say he's our discount Dirk. And he's not
budget Dirk.
He's not, and that's the shady thing. Is look, he went cold, and he went cold quick, and there was no coming back from it. At least he added in a couple defensive plays to save some hope for him, because honestly, most days he's not playing defense. So the effort's there, and that's what we want to see. At least he's one of those guys. I think that's why I give a lot of credit to effort on this Bulls team is because of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler willed his way to be a great player. He put in the work. He put in the time in the gym. He put in the off hours. He has that work effort to get there. Mm-hmm. And when I see younger guys do similar and try to follow in his steps, I will give you credit for that. I want to see Bobby Portis bust his ass to become a great player or a good player even I'd take right now. And there's no trust there between Bobby and Fred, and I don't think Bobby has lived up to it this year. He looked fantastic in the preseason, playing against a bunch of young kids, and he dominated them, and that was great, and we're all hyped up for him, and then he hit the real season, reality hit, and he whatever it is, it's gone.
Well, and the one thing I'm looking at right now is with Cannon and Morotic, and I'm even going to throw in our Nico Mirotic. I keep saying Morotic, and I don't know why, whatever. But the thing is with them, and I'm going to throw Taj in because Taj is kind of with Nico on this.
Don't you dare move Taj now.
No, I'm not saying move Taj. I'm just saying it is a contract year for Taj.
Correct.
So that's why I'm including that. And with Nico, after this year, he becomes, this offseason, he's going to be an RFA. Mm-hmm. So really it's, the Bulls have a choice to make this season coming up to the trade deadline. Do you, A, keep Nico this season and then at the end of the year try to re-sign him? Do you, B, keep him this year, don't re-sign him, and whatever RFA he gets, you just either match or get the benefits from him being a restricted free agent? Or do you trade him this season? The only thing that's interesting is in his contract, he has a trade kicker of 15%. That means he's going to get a 15% trade bonus for being traded. So his salary is going to go up by 15%.
Yeah, that's a little bit harder for teams to swallow if they're looking for him.
I mean, honestly, 5%, that might have been different, but 15 and it's
thankfully he's not making a ton right now, but
this year he's got a base salary of about 5.7.
Yeah.
5.76.
We're not talking like a total killer on that contract, but I think that you have to see more out of Bobby Portis before you pull the trigger on a Nico trade. If Bobby proves that he can become like a more athletic version of Taj, which is what we expect him to be, then I'm cool with pulling the trigger. Let's go get some value for Nico because we need it. I think with McDermott returning, that solves one problem for our bench. The other question then just becomes that Nico move because I think Taj, you let him play it out this year, and if he continues on the pace he's on right now, he's worth every penny, and we'll probably see, some lower level teams like the Nets, like maybe the Kings or, even the Sixers throwing big money his way, and we'll decide, hey, Taj, has it been a great run and it's time to part ways? Or maybe it's, hey, you're that guy who's going to ensure us going right back to
depends on how far
deep
we
in
go.
The playoffs. Yep.
Depends on how far we go.
I want to say the finals, but I was like,
if we go conference, like if it's
Eastern
like you said,
finals?
if it's conference finals and we go Cleveland, I don't think he leaves. And the main reason is at first I was comparing Taj and the situation.
We got Rondo who could leave. We've got Wade who could leave. So this team could be a totally different team next year.
If we go, and I'm not saying we are.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if we go conference finals and lose to the Cavs in there, I don't think Rondo goes anywhere. Well, Rondo, it's all going to be on the team if the team wants to. Because he's got a weird thing in his contract where the Bulls could get rid of him after this season and not have to pay his second year.
Right.
Like you said, Wade has the opt-out. I think if we go conference finals against the Cavs and lose and it's a strong series and it's not like a sweep, I think guys like Wade and Taj come back because I think it'll be kind of like when the Cavs lost to the Warriors and it's like,
you were close, but you just need that one.
We can get these guys. Or kind of like, I'll even compare it to a team in the same city, but from across the way in a different sport. It's kind of like the Cubs from 2015 to 16. Coming so close, they even got swept in that NLCS. But knowing that next year, like, no, we're coming for this one. If we get to the Eastern Conference Finals and play the Cavs close, I think most of these guys come back because it's like, you know what, this team. Then at that point, this team would believe we can win a ring.